Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuhu. My dear students, how are you? I hope that you are doing good and you are learning a lot from Surah Al-Waqiah. Ameen. Let's say the dua and then we are going to start our lesson. رب اشرح لي صدري ويسر لي أمري واحلل عقدة من لساني يفقه قولي ربنا زدنا علما اللهم فقهنا في الدين آمين. My dear children, today we are going to do our ayat from ayah number 83 to 87. It seems a bit long, but it is about only one topic. That is why we are taking all these ayat. Now let's go through the word-to-word translation. أعوذ بالله من الشيطان الرجيم بسم الله الرحمن الرحيم فلولا so why not إذا when بلغت it reached الحلقوم the throats وأنتم while you all حينئذ then تنظرون you all are seeing ونحن while we أقرب are nearer إليه to him منكم than you ولكن لا but do not تبصرون you all see فلولا so why not إن كنتم if you all were غير مدينين not ones under obligation ترجعونها you all caused to return إن كنتم if you were صادقين ones who are truthful. Now let's go through the running translation. Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala is saying that why is it not then that when you see a dying person's soul come up to his throat while you are helplessly watching, and at that time we are nearer to him than you, although you cannot see us, then why don't you, if you claim that you are not under anyone's power, then restore the dying person's soul if you are truthful? My dear children, this is a scene that Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala is showing to those arrogant people who say that they are not under anyone's authority. They deny Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, na'udhu billah. In this dunya, Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala gave them wealth and a little power, and they got into this deception that they can do anything and nobody can stop them. These people, they deny the day of judgment as well, saying that there is no accountability. So they show disbelief in Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. They show disbelief in Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala's authority, that one day Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala is going to raise them and give them another life after death and ask them about their deeds. They deny the day of judgment. So Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala shows them only one aspect and asks them a question, that if you are true in your claim that there is no one controlling you and you are all powerful, then why are you so helpless when the angel of death comes to take the soul of your loved ones? Why can't you bring the soul back? Why do you let them die? All the wealth, technology, expert doctors, and your love cannot stop the angel of death. You have no power at all at that time to save the dying person. How come you are so helpless? Whose authority and command is working at that time? We know that it's Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala's authority. We all need to be humble. We need to think with whose command we were born at a certain time in a certain family. Who decided that all? Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. And when and where and how we will die, who decides that? Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. So if our birth and our death is decided by Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, then the time between our birth and death should also be spent according to the commands of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. What do we achieve if we accept Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala's commands? What do we get? We need to understand that. We live an easy, happy, satisfied, and successful life in this dunya and in the hereafter. Easy in this sense that there will be tests because this world is a test, it's a place of test, but we will be able to solve the problems wisely and patiently. Without Allah's help, we are nothing. Only when Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala helps us, we are able to do things. That is why whenever we plan to do something, we say, Inshallah, God willing. If Allah wills, then I'll be able to do that. Right? So it is for our own good that we accept Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala's authority and we stay humble and we always say La ilaha illa anta subhanaka inni kuntu minal zalimin. There is no God but you, O Allah, and you are above all the weaknesses. It is me, I am from the wrongdoers. It is such a beautiful dua to show our humbleness and admitting our mistake and glorifying Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. So, whenever anyone is in trouble, they should say this ayah, La ilaha illa anta subhanaka inni kuntu minal zalimin, so that we show that we are totally submitting to Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala and we accept and we glorify Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala and we accept our mistakes as well. And it is good for us to stay humble. Okay, my dear children, see you next time. Barakallahu feekum. Subhanakallahumma wa bihamdika nashhadu an la ilaha illa anta nastaghfiruka wa natubu ilayk. Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuhu.